Edu Gaspar has been appointed as the first Arsenal sporting director. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, guys, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a day. Remember, we are left with close to, is it 300 subscribers to hit 8,000 subscribers on this channel. So guys, endeavor to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell that will let you know all notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now today is really a very good day as far as the Arsenal is concerned in this Arsenal news show here onto the Rokani Media Football. Do you know why? Edu Gaspar has been promoted to being the sporting director, and congratulations. And what does this show? That every time you do something great, you have to get appreciated. And obviously the project that Edu forward-headed and saw Arsenal really reached where it is right now, to the level of being the competitors of the league and topping the Premier League table with 5 points ahead of Man City. He had to be appreciated. And obviously, when it rains, it pours. And obviously, it rained at Arsenal, and obviously, it has poured to the master behind, or the brain behind the project that has seen Mikel Arteta succeed at Arsenal. Remember, right now in modern football, it's very hard to succeed with not having a very good structure all up from the board to what we call the CEO of your club. Now, Edu Gaspar, today the news has been announced by the website of Arsenal that Edu Gaspar has been appointed as Arsenal's first ever sporting director. Edu's promotion to Arsenal sporting director sees him assume overarching responsibility for all club's academy activities, in addition to his existing responsibilities across men's and women teams. That is Edu Gaspar. When you look at Edu Gaspar, he came in from, is it Corinthians from Brazil, came in at Arsenal. He was the technical director of Arsenal, I think. Then he did lots of things. When you look at everything that he did at Arsenal, he deserves to go on and really get appreciated and to be the overseer of the entire project, because he's the one who laid the plan. You saw him explain that plan in All or Nothing, that documentary that was shot by by Arsenal. So you saw his plan that is really working out. That their aim is that to be having two players almost of the same age in the same position of the pitch to compete, to see to it that Arsenal really gets back to where it was. If I told you Edu Gaspar, he was among the invisible team that won the Premier League unbeaten in 2003, 2004. This is the man who is now the first ever sporting director for Arsenal. Now, Edu, in his own words, has told us that I'm delighted to have this new role, which I see as an evolution and consolidation of the way we've been working. We are making good progress in all areas of our men's, women's, and academy, and we are all excited about what we achieved. Talking about achieving in the men's team, obviously has achieved. One, Edu came in 2019, and his first recruitment was to go on and really get in Mikel Arteta. People never saw Mikel Arteta coming in at Arsenal doing the needful as he is right now, and very many Arsenal fans all over the world last season, as it started, they really waved a red flag to Mikel Arteta. They wanted him out after losing the first 3 games of the season. But as the season went ahead, Arsenal started to put out promising results. Now, what really brought a very big diversion into the Arsenal team, fans, and the manager was when he threw Aubameyang under the bus, and he said, "You're not going to be here." So people like Piers Morgan came out and really said Aubameyang is at Barcelona scoring in goals, Mikel Arteta should be sacked. At the end of the season, he silenced everyone. Though very many people were saying that Arsenal would have gone ahead to qualify for the Champions League if at all they had Aubameyang. but he took a very solid decision. But after everything, right now, Arteta has put Arsenal on top of the Premier League table, 5 points ahead of Man City. When you look at the players they've gone ahead to sign, especially under Edu, for me, I believe they've gotten 10 out of 10. The only player they signed that never really worked out for the project of Arsenal, I think, was Willian. And you know Willian. You look at him at Fulham, playing very good football. But at Arsenal, he only played like 3-4 games very well when the season started. I remember that game when he was playing against Fulham. Arsenal beat them by 3-0. To me, Willian was the man of the match, creating close to 3 goals in one game. So he was playing for Arsenal and scored all those created all those chances. But I think he was the only flaw. But the likes of the players that they've brought in, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Gabriel Magalhaes, Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Fabio Vieira, Marquinhos, the other player, Sambi Albert Lokonga, Nuno Tavares. Almost every player they've brought is really working great. When you look at the academy, it's really looking great because they've managed to go on and really get some players from the academy that are really doing great. Martinelli, Bukayo Saka. Because by the time Mikel Arteta came in through, all these players had not yet really found their main start into the starting 11 of Arsenal. However much Bukayo Saka had been elevated, but any manager would come on and say, no, I don't want the Bukayo Saka. I would go on and really bring another player. But the trust that Edu told Mikel Arteta to go on and trust those players, obviously, was immense. And that's why this guy has the job at Arsenal. And the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, the promotion is ongoing because Mikel Arteta brought, is it Enueli Mary, that 15-year-old boy that he brought on in the game of Brentford and played. Obviously, that was a statement that was made by Mikel Arteta and obviously Edu Gaspar. Then Edu continued to let us know that I look forward to building on the hard work of so many people and helping all of us grow together and enjoy more success. And I'm thankful for the trust the club has put in me. We move forward together. That is Edu. And I believe he's really going to oversee this project, go where it's supposed to be. Because very many teams, I think big teams, were looking at him to go on and really become the sporting director. Yet at Arsenal, it was like the technical director, not so. So what Arsenal board did was to give him the overall project. In the modern football, the sporting director is appointed by the CEO because the CEO doesn't need to be knowing lots of things concerning football. He just needs to bring in someone to tell him, I want A, B, C, D, and I want it in a given period of time. Then the sporting director will come out and say, this can be executed, this can't, and for everything we've agreed on to go on and execute, this is what is required, and he lays out everything that is required. And obviously, however much Edu has been the technical director at Arsenal, obviously he has been acting like the sporting director, and it's not going to be something new for him because he's going to be overseeing everything, making football decisions. The CEO will be there to just endorse. The Cronkies will be there to only endorse what Edu would have gone ahead to decide for Arsenal, and that is really something good. Now, the CEO of Arsenal, who goes by the names of Vinay, has come out and really told us that we are delighted that Edu is recommitting his future to the club that he so clearly loves after making such a positive and contribution to our progress in this time with us so far. Then he continued to let us know that Edu's promotion formalizes his already growing influence over academy operations, and we look forward to Paul Mertesacker and Edu working together to strengthen the integration between our men's first team and academy yet together. So it shows you that the main task that Edu has been given is to go on and really recruit young talent from all over the world and bring it at Arsenal. Why? Where we are going, it's really going to be hard for teams to have a very huge budget to spend on players. What you have to do is go on, look for very, very young talented players, sign them on the cheap and bring them to the club. Like Marquinhos. Marquinhos is really a very talented guy, 19 years of age, I think 18, 19 years of age. They bought him from Sao Paulo, and they brought him to Arsenal. That player, if at all he was not left with just 3 years on, if at all he was not left with just months on his contract to expire, he would have gone for close to 45 million euros. But Arsenal really saw that opportunity. They jumped in and they swept that player off Wolves and very many other teams that were in for him. So I believe that's the main importance of Edu. He is really having very good scouts, and when you look at the players that he's talking about at Arsenal, you just know that this guy is really a genius at what he does. And I'm not surprised when teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, and very many others, sporting PSG, were looking at him to go on and make him the sporting director, or really find him a position or in their hierarchy of the footballing setup, because this guy looked at players that we never knew. You get? Fabio Vieira, I never knew him. That's it. However much I was watching FC Porto, but I would never knew him. Then the others that have not yet come to Arsenal. There is Marcus Thuram, that player playing in Bundesliga. Then the most exciting player that has really caught many of our eyes in the Champions League, Mikhailo Modric. Arsenal are the first teams to scout that player. It shows you the beauty and how wide the scouting network is, and Edu. One thing that you would go on and really appreciate about what Arsenal are doing is that they've gone ahead to embrace what the new game calls for. The new game calls for a sporting director, the Kroenkes, the Vinais, you get the Vinais of this world, just have to go on and look on and see what is happening. They just have to go on and really put money there, spend it wisely, because they're having the best person that has shown him that we can get money and get in players that we're going to go and really do the job. When you look at how they do their project, bringing the likes of Thomas Partey, Odegaard, retaining Granit Xhaka, who really wanted to go, it shows you that there was a plan that they were following, and that plan was being laid by Edu. Having worked off and really paid on very well, Edu is really now the sporting director of Arsenal. So guys, I don't know what to think about Edu making this very huge point, because we are really going into the January transfer window, and it comes in at a very particular period when Arsenal needs like 3 signings in January. I believe they need a CDM or another player, especially Tielemans. They need Mikhailo Modric. They need him a lot, but I think they can go for him. And another player who plays on the right attacking side of the midfield, or who plays as a right auxiliary forward. That is what Arsenal needs. And this shows you that Arsenal are really going to go big in the market of January. This is a very big statement that Arsenal have made, making Edu the new sporting director of Arsenal. Obviously, it's coming in at a very specific time when Arsenal are really looking in for signings in January to see themselves come through to the level that we expect them to be. Remember, ever since Edu came on through, Arsenal have been progressing, but few fans had been seeing this progress. The progress has been seen today. And this takes me back to Louis van Gaal when he came in at Manchester United. He told the board, I want 3 seasons. Give me 3 years. In the 3rd year, I'll deliver a trophy for you. But unfortunately, he was sacked when he was ending his 2nd season, when he has just won the FA Cup for Manchester United. I think he beat Everton in the final 2-1. That's it. So even Mikel Arteta's project, 3 years down the road, it's into the harvesting period, and obviously even Edu has vested after Arsenal have made them the first sporting director of the club. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the red button that has with the subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you to get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. May the Almighty Lord protect you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. More stories are yet to come.